All right, everyone, welcome back to the Raising Kids Pushing Weights podcast. I am Jeff Newman. I got my lovely assistant Peyton over here, who will probably come on over close to the camera sometime during this recording. But today, I got a special podcast. It is coming up on the end of the year, and I wanted to make this podcast to help us plan out and map out 2024 and give you my 5 best tips to be a healthy and fit parent in 2024. Now, if you're not a parent and you are listening to this, totally fine. These 5 tips will also apply to you, but I'm going to kind of tailor them, some of them towards being a busy parent, because that's what I am and that's who a lot of my clients are. All right, so let's dive in. For each one of these 5 tips, there's a lot of subcategories of tips, so be sure to listen to everything I've got to say for each of them. And I will say, number 5 is my personal favorite. It's probably something that you haven't even thought about before, but it's something that I work on with my clients. So please, please, please listen to number 5 and apply it to your own life. All right, so let's dive in. Our 5 tips to be a healthy and fit parent in 2024, regardless of whether you tried working out in 2023, whether you work out now, whether you don't work out now, these tips will help you out. So let's dive in. Most of us have some sort of goals that we want to reach for 2024, whether that's lose weight, like 5 to 10 pounds, 15 pounds, 20 pounds, maybe even more. We want to build muscle. We want to get better sleep. So let's talk about 5 things what we can do to help us get there. Number 1 is to set big and small goals for you to reach. Those big goals, those I want to lose 25 pounds, I want to lose 50 pounds, those big goals are going to help you get motivated to get started because you're at a place where you got a long ways to go, so you need to get started. It's also going to help you kind of keep that North Star, that vision, that focus on where you want to be. And that image of where you're at with your big goal, whether that again is like 25 or 50 pounds, you have to keep that person in mind the whole time. As soon as you go back to where you are now, you're going to start thinking in the same mindset and have the same mindset of the person that you have now, which not to be mean, but it got you in where you are now. You need to start thinking of where you want to be and what that person who accomplished that big goal does. Okay? Now, you also need to set small goals along the way because it's not something that 25 pounds is not going to come off in a week or 2. It's not going to come off in a month. It's not going to come off in 2 months. Shoot, it might not come off for 11 months out of the year, maybe even 12 months out of the year. So you need to celebrate the small wins along the way or you're going to get burnt out. You're going to get less motivated because you're not close to that big goal. So celebrate 5 pounds lost. Celebrate working out 3 times a week. Keep small goals that you can reach, whether it's every week or at least every month, to keep you motivated through the long journey. Okay? So that's what you need to do going into 2024. What are the big goals you want to accomplish? And then let's set some small goals along the way. Okay, that's number 1. Uh-oh, give me 1 second. Peyton, come here. All right, number 2 is, what do you actually have to do to accomplish those goals? Well, you got to work out. And obviously that's something that we should be doing, but that's a very broad tip that I'm giving you. So let's break it down even more into tips that will actually apply to your daily life. Number 1, you need to be choosing workouts that fit your goals and your lifestyle. You may have had time in the past to get to the gym for an hour or 2 hours, 5 times a week, but that goes out the window when you have kids or when you have these busy schedules, when you're trying to balance family life with work, with kids, or whatever it is, maybe kids' sports on top of that. You don't have the time, so you need to figure out what workouts are actually going to fit into your schedule. 20 minutes a day is still enough time to get a great workout in. 30 minutes a day is still a great amount of time to get a great workout in. So what time of day is going to be best for you? Is it going to have to be early mornings? Is it going to have to be you wake up a little bit earlier to get a workout in? Can you sneak a workout in during nap time? Can you sneak a workout in after work? Or, if the kids are home? You need to start planning this out and see what time of day is going to be best. What days of the week are going to be best for you? Are Monday through Friday kind of out of the picture? Then you got to dedicate Saturday and Sunday. You have to make those sacrifices because that person who set that big goal, who accomplished that big goal of losing 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds in step 1, that's the person who makes those sacrifices to get their workouts in. Okay? So you need to fit workouts in where you can. If you can get to the gym 1 or 2 or 3 times a week for 45 minutes or an hour, great. Stick to it and do that. But if you're someone who only has 20 minutes first thing in the morning before your kids wake up, then you got to start tailoring your workouts to match what you have. Okay? Let's see, what else do I have here? So actual workouts that you should be doing. Lifting weights is obviously a really good thing to do, not just to get big or anything like that, but building muscle will boost your metabolism. If you boost your metabolism, you will burn more calories on a daily basis, which will help you lose body fat. So you need to be adding in resistance training. And I'm not talking just 5-pound weights overhead. I'm talking about using 10, 15, 20, 25, or even more weight on your lifts to get that resistance, okay? Plus, we need to be strong enough to carry our kids, right? Or carry groceries, or carry kids gear, or whatever it is. You want to be strong and you want to be injury-free. And the best way to do that is to build muscle and to strength train. Now, I also think you should be doing some sort of cardio. And so does like most organizations, like American Health Organization and things like that. So you need to be doing some sort of cardio, whether that's high intensity training, whether that's steady state cardio, because we all want to be here for the long haul, right? And we want to have healthy hearts. So do some cardio. Okay, so that's the workouts. Hopefully that helps you out, gives you a better picture into planning out your workouts for 2024. Let's dive into tip number 3, and that is to eat healthy. Whoa, groundbreaking, right? All right, let's break it down a little bit further here. So strict diets are probably out of the question for most people. Yes, sometimes we can go through spurts of like, oh, this 30-day challenge or 21-day challenge or whatever it is, but strict diets are not long-term diets. Okay, so let's throw those out of the equation right now. So what can you do to eat healthy when you have a super busy schedule? Again, whether you are a busy parent or just balancing a whole lot of different things, you probably don't have time to cook a healthy meal for every single meal. So here are some things that you need to do. Focus on as many natural foods as you can. So that means meat, veggies, fruits, nuts, seeds, grains, things like that. Protein should be your key at every single meal. This is something that I talk about a lot. Research has shown that higher protein diets actually lead to weight loss, can aid in weight loss. So no more of these all carb or all fat breakfasts. That's where I see the biggest mistake that people make. You know, the bagel and cream cheese, which is just all carb and all fat, or even just having one egg, which is just as much fat as it is protein and not that many calories. Take in a big breakfast if you can, and make sure to get a decent amount of protein in first thing in the morning. That's going to help you out a lot. Now, on the flip side of things, fasting, is pretty damn popular right now, whether it's 16 hours of fasting a night or whatever it is. Fasting might work for some people, but for a lot of people out there that I work with, it actually sets you up for failure later in the day. And that's because you're not taking in enough calories. You're not eating any calories until a certain window, and then you are eating a tremendous amount of calories and probably in the wrong ratios of like proteins to fats to carbs. So fasting might work for people, but for some people, if you notice you are overeating and having a tough time to stop eating, then it might be setting you up for failure, especially if you stop fasting at some point, because then you are just eating like crazy and you're also taking in when you would be fast or when you were fasting before. Okay, so be aware of that. If you are someone who fasts, just be aware with that. Now, in terms of people who are like busy parents, I would say meal prepping will come in handy. Just pick 1 or 2 days, cook a bunch of meat, cook a bunch of veggies, cook some sort of carb like quinoa or sweet potato, and do that every week. Make it a Sunday routine, make it a Wednesday night routine, whatever it is. Stay prepared by doing that. If you just have those foods in the fridge, at any point you can make yourself a healthy meal and you don't have to go get the burrito, all right? And then find some fun with it. Make it a pizza night sometimes, a healthier pizza night, or a pizza bowl night. Make it a taco night. Make it a breakfast for dinner night, whatever it is. Find some routines, find some meals that you like, and make it repeatable, okay? And stay on top of your healthy eating. Stay one step ahead by meal prepping, okay? That's number 3. Number 4, we're on to tip number 4. Have some sort of accountability. Now, I think all of us know that it's tough to do on our own. I'm guessing 1 year ago, most of you listening were at this same exact point, saying, nope, 2023 is going to be the year that I change, and then 2023 is almost over with, so now we're looking ahead to 2024 in almost the same exact positions that we were. And chances are it's because you didn't have the accountability. You didn't have someone holding you accountable for actually doing the work. So let's change that this year. Let's get some sort of accountability. Having someone to help you stay organized and actually prioritize your fitness and your health and your nutrition is a good thing. It's not some negative thing that you should think about. Trust me, I get it. You have a ton of different priorities already, whether it's work, whether it's family, whether it's making sure your kids have food or whatever it is. So have someone else help you out, stay organized, and stay and be able to prioritize your fitness for you and prioritize your nutrition for you by supplying you with workouts that you can do, by supplying you with quick meals that you can make, okay? Now, this can be a coach, it can be a family member, or it can be a friend. Whoever it is, the more accountable you are, the more you talk about it with that person, the more you are going to stay consistent and it's actually going to last. So make it easier on yourself. Have a set program and have a set schedule that you can follow to actually reach your goals. So, okay, that's number 4, quick and easy. Have some sort of accountability. And number 5, my favorite one, the one that you stuck around to listen to, it is to cycle through seasons of weight loss and muscle building and maintenance. Okay? Now, I say this because, well, one, it's probably the most underrated one that I just said. Number 2, it's because most people try to force their weight loss 24/7, 365. It's like they're constantly dieting. And at first, it might work, but then it starts to wear off and it turns into something like Monday through Thursday, I'm really good. Then the weekend hits, I fall off. Monday morning, I am motivated. No, this is the week I'm going to get started. I'm going to be super clean this week. And then the weekend hits again and the cycle repeats. So in order to not do that, let's break it up by 4 to 6 week chunks of time where you can really give all of your effort and concentration into that 4 to 6 week period, and then you give yourself a break. And then you do another 4 to 6 week period, and then you give yourself a break. So then it's not as daunting as like, man, it's like this forever diet. It's like, no, I'm actually just going to go on this diet, if you will, this weight loss period for 4 to 6 weeks, doing it realistically, and then I'm going to give myself a break. And then I'm going to give my mind a break from dieting. That's usually when that diet fatigue sets in and people stop following the diet. And then I'm also going to give my body a break because you got to be thinking about what you're doing to your body, which is giving it less calories, giving it less energy, and saying, hey, do some work. So give your body some break, give it more calories, go back up to maintenance. And also, little curveball here, have a period of time in your year where you focus on building muscle, which means giving yourself a little bit more calories, and which means focusing on protein and lifting weights and not restricting your diet, okay? Now, what that's going to do is that you're actually going to prioritize building muscle, which will give you the most benefit. When people try to build muscle, they usually do it on some sort of calorie deficit because they think they're going to like build muscle and lose body fat, which some people can at first, but you're not giving your body the full benefit of what it can actually do to build muscle. So what if you did this instead? You took 4 to 6 or 8 weeks to build muscle, up your calories, up your protein, you built as much muscle as you can, and then after that period, then you can shift back to a weight loss period. And what that's going to do is going to show your body to build muscle, and then when you hit that weight loss period, it's going to take away the body fat, and your muscle is going to be more revealed, and it's going to look even better, and you're going to be stronger. So change it up this year. Don't do this forever diet. Don't do the 365 diet. You need to be doing periods of time. It's going to give your body a break and give you your mind a break throughout the year so you can stay motivated on those goals. All right, so that's it. That's my 5. I hope these helped you out. Let's just recap really quick. So number 1, set big and small goals. Number 2, work out. Duh. Hopefully you can go back to that section and listen to that. Number 3, eat healthy. Yes, there's a lot more to it. Go back and re-listen. Number 4, have some sort of accountability. And don't be here in December 2024 thinking about what we're going to do in 2025, because I want you to actually have some accountability and change this year. And number 5, cycle through seasons of weight loss, muscle building, and maintenance. All right, guys, that's it. This might be the last podcast for 2023. So if it is, then we sent us off on a good note. I hope these tips help you this new year. I hope you have a fantastic holidays, and I will see you for the next episode. See you later.